Good morning, everyone. I am Shrav Patil. Today, I will be talking about the logistics and the supply chain with the help of some of the screenshots and the Google Mini. I'm shooting this video through my mobile screen recording. So, let's start. So if I take some of the photos which are available in the internet about the logistics and the supply chain, those the logistics mainly talks about the movement of the goods, transportation of the goods, carrier of the goods from one place to the other. So if we define the logistics to this simple sentence, then you can see here that logistics is something loading of the materials within the institutions or the enterprise, warehousing, storage of the material, shipping of the material from one place to other, might be the raw material inventory to the production place, controlling of the information, tankers, movement of the goods, this truck through which the movement is done, and the information and this talks mainly about the movement of the goods through the different ways. So here there is a logistics which means movement of the goods. If I take the help of another photo, so here you can say the many airways, roadways, and the railways, many through the different mode storage of the material through the global equipment and the material, the capital items and the equipment's usage to move the material from one place to other. So logistics is something where there is a transportation from the raw material to the production area, from the production area to the finished goods inventory, from the finished goods inventory to the customer. So definitely the logistics is something which talks about the movement of the goods. So if I take the help of another photo, it will mainly talks about movement of the goods from the raw material to finished goods to the customer. So when we convert a raw material to the finished goods, it means that material is moved from one place to other. So from here raw material, it went to the manufacturing unit. There the manufacturing of the goods happens. Then it is to be the transportation worldwide to the warehouses to a particular customer. So it also this logistics is a transportation, is a mere movement of the goods. If you see this example, the goods is manufactured, then it is stored, distributed to the different points to the customer. So it is carried from the one place to the other. So here the logistics is a little bit complex, where it talks about the import exports, it talks about the airways, it talks about the goods roadways where it is transported, it is talks about the internal movement of the material, it talks about the freight, it talks about the container, it talks about the information and the data processing, it talks about the time and the value. So here also in a simple meaning, so if we take the meaning of the integration logistics, then I will talk about that in the different video. But in a simple meaning, logistics means the movement of the goods. So here also see, the logistics is the movement of the goods with the help of the technology and the data processing. So here we can conclude these logistics meanings with the help of from the planning about the product to the distribution of the material to the particular supplier. So logistics is the movement of the goods. So here also it is a manufactured, shipped to the different ways, and it reach the customer. So if I take you to the examples that is available in the Google, if you just put the logistics, it will give you some meaning about the logistics. This talks about mainly the organization of moving, housing and supplying the troops and equipment. So where the word logistics is emerged is this emerged from the military sector. This emerged from the defense sector, where the material goods or the material for the troops, means the soldier, or the material for the war place, or the soldiers itself are carried safely from one place to the other is nothing but the logistics. So it talks about the organization, means getting the together, moving, housing and supplying. So movement of the material or the soldiers, providing the facility to the material or the soldiers, or supplying the material or the soldiers to a particular place where it is an integration of the different activities and the plannings, so that a safely moving of the soldiers and the materials can be possible. So this is what the logistics actually means, where it talks about the movement of the troops as well as the materials. So if we go to the supply chain, this is something which is very much advanced. So supply chain is something where it talks about a network between the companies and its suppliers to produce, distribute specific product to the final buyer. It includes the different activities: people, entities, information and resources. So people, entities, information and resources is involved everywhere, even in the logistics. But what makes the supply chain different is the network, and it's a network between a company and its suppliers. Means it is not a activity where the only one enterprise is involved. There are many enterprises which are involved, which do their own activities to attain a common goal, that is distribution of a product to a particular customers. You can take the example of a manufacturing company which manufactures a product. It is a one enterprise. The raw material which is supplied to for that manufacturing is another enterprise. Manufactured goods are delivered to the customer is another enterprise. The customer's feedback and the services is provided by some other enterprise. So here 4 different enterprises are involved in one activity is called as a supply chain. It also includes the same as the logistics. It also includes the movement of the goods. But in the logistics, one company is involved in the moving of the goods. It can take the help of the other company, but not in that range. But in supply chain, many enterprises are included to get the things done, which is a common goal. So this photo you can check where there is many settings or many applications which are aimed at a single result, that is delivery of the goods at the right time, at the right place, at the right price to the customer. Here, this is a photo where you can clearly see manufacturing of product, movement of the product, transport of the product, data processing with the help of many people. These are the people who are involved in the supplying of that product to a particular customer. Here you can see that consolidation, fragmentations, integrations, value capture, automations, everything happens with the help of many enterprises. So I hope that you understood what is logistics and what is supply chain. If you have any doubt, please put the comments below so that I can particularly answer your question. If I take you to the Google meaning of what is supply chain, then it talks about production and supply of goods from when they are first made, grown, until they brought or used. So it is a process of raw material procurement till the delivery of the goods. It includes many more scope, but it simply talks in this statement that from the raw material till the delivery of the goods, whatever the activities are involved, if this integrated activities is called as a supply chain. Hope that you understood what I convinced you to say. If you have any doubts, please